Hello again, welcome to another edition of the Real Ale Guide. Today's beer is a beer sent from hopscene.com and it's the Kernel Brewery London Export Stout. London 1890, 7.1% ABV. Pardon me. There you go. Love the simple design of these labels. Really do like that. It's a bottle conditioned beer, so there's going to be plenty of sediment in this. I'm just going to get myself a bottle opener. Get this beer open. Into a glass. Now, I've heard a lot of good things about this beer from Rob of Hopscene. Certainly knows his beers. He's eager for me to try this, so he kindly put this in the post to me. We'll just leave the sediment in the bottle, maybe try a bit later. It's a one finger head. It's that classic stouty tanned head, as I like to call it. It's kind of climbing the glass a little bit. There's a nice amount of carbonation. I really need to get the glass close to the camera there to get the carbonation. Is it? Bring myself close. Yeah, you can just see the carbonation there, just rising from the glass. Okay. It's very dark beer. You cannot see anything through that. There's no light at all. So it's a pitch black beer. The head's dissipated. Let's get the nose. And my word, that is, wow, it's like a cappuccino. It's like a cappuccino coffee with a nice bitter kind of chocolate finish. There's a lot of dark fruits in there as well. Maybe a hint of a red wine nose there as well. I have to get into this. Thank you, Rob, for sending. Cheers, everyone. Oh. My first instinct on this was going to be that it was going to be hugely bitter. The bitterness climbed and it climbed and it climbed, and it just nearly hit a level where it was going to be one of them beers that just burst through the top of your palate, the top of your mouth, and it's just so bitter. But before it gets there, it tails off. It tails off very, very nicely. And I think that's a lot to do with the sweet malt. The dark roasted malts that are in this. It gives it a little bit of sweetness. It takes the bitterness away. It's still quite hoppy. It is still quite hoppy for a dark beer. But Kernel are very, very well known for their hoppy beers. So that doesn't surprise me one bit. Flavours. There's a lot. As I say, it follows on. It's almost in between a cappuccino, like a milky kind of latte, but it would be a strong coffee latte, stroke cappuccino. You got a lot of the coffee. There's quite a bit of chocolate in there. Then there's a good quality that pulls through, which is the dark berry stroke red wine kind of essence, kind of taste this lurking in the background. it's a well put together beer. And at 7.1%, it's got so much flavour, so much flavour. I'd say I wish they actually put the IBUs on here, because I'd like to know the IBUs, but I reckon the IBUs, if I was to guess, would be 70 plus. I think it certainly is that kind of nicely bittered beer. It's not a mental like 90 or 100 IBUs, or I think it was 120 IBUs from Oscar Blues 1050. It's nothing as mental as that. That really did blow through the top of my palate, out my ears, out my nose. It was phenomenal, phenomenal. But this I prefer, because you don't really, I don't think really you need that bitterness in a beer. I think it's nice. This is a very, very nice level. It's almost hitting the limits of being bitter. Anymore, I think it would be too much. But this, they certainly know how to brew a beer, does Kernel. It's smoked. Also, I'm getting a lot of like a smoky, burnt firewood taste in there, which again is fantastic. There is so much going on. It is such a complex beer that there's also a woodiness, like a dark woodiness to this beer. But I don't imagine it's being brewed in any kind of wooden barrels, oak barrels. I don't imagine it's being brewed in that type of barrel. But you certainly do get a kind of woodiness, a very, very dark woodiness to this beer. Very good. Let's see if there's, you probably won't be able to see it, but let's see if there's a bit of sediment in the bottom of this beer, and if it does change it at all. Actually, you will be able to see it. Right, there you go. Can you see the sediment there? Just falling down to the bottom. It's kind of muddied the beer up a little bit. You might not be able to see it on the camera. Yeah, there you go. See the bottom there? It's kind of muddied the beer a little bit. Kind of looks a little bit chalky, but let's see how it is with the sediment in. Oh, now that has really livened the beer up. That has really made a difference. Oh, I was giving this a solid 8.5 out of 10. Now with this sediment in, with this lively kick. Oh yes, it's very peculiar for sediment. Normally it gives it a little bit more of a chalkiness to the taste, but it seems to it's given it a bit more fizz and a bit more liveliness. So from an 8.5 without the sediment, with the sediment, I'm going to give this a, I'm going to give this a, here we go. I'm going to give that a 9 out of 10. That has really funked it up in a very, very positive way. I mean, 8.5 is not a bad score at all. I was still really enjoying the beer, but that has really got, 9 out of 10. It really does get me excited. You can check, I just burp back a nice hoppy burp as well. Ooh, beautiful. www.thekernelbrewery.com. Check them out. Very, very good brewery. Check out their export stout. Check out their IPAs, check out their pale ales, check out the whole range. They are mind-blowing beers. It's the Kernel Brewery, London. You can email me at realaleguide@googlemail.com. Facebook is facebook.com/realaleCraftBeer, and Twitter is twitter.com/realaletoday. But thank you for watching. I love your comments. Put them in the comments box. I'll always answer. Subscribe if you like, and cheers. And thanks to Rob of hopscene.com.